Take two.
Hello, welcome back to Untaming Whimsy. I'm Whimsy, and it's Easter today, which is my spring equinox. So I decided to dress up. It's the time for flowers and for birds and for the sun and allergies. So much fun. And besides new flowers and a new yard, I also got my first green screen. I'm super excited. So I wanted to give a quick review because of course it's some cheap gadget from Amazon with mixed reviews that I decided I'm gonna take a chance on, and we're gonna show you how it turns out. I also got a cheap backdrop apparatus thing to hang it on. And so we're gonna put that together, and then we're gonna test out the green screen and see how that works. And before we get started, this is a new house that I bought as is, so please excuse my carpet. If this channel does well, I will post renovation videos as they come, so hopefully we'll be seeing new carpets very soon. All right, to the video. Have box. Need scissors. Things and instructions. We don't need this. Not yet. We'll come back to this. And then we have these clamps in bubble wrap. So we have all these clamps. We'll put those aside. And then we have this big bag. This is a pretty nice bag. Look at that. Not too shabby. Ooh, fancy. It looks so professional. Okay, so in the bag we have these. Very nice. Metal poles. These do feel like heavy duty, like they don't feel too thin. And also, I mean, it feels like it could take someone's kneecaps out. Not that that's how I measure the sturdiness of my equipment. That would be weird. But so far they look nice. I'm just looking over for any dents, any of the holes being misshapen or anything. Because I did read in the reviews, one person got one where one of the holes at the end, one of these, was not big enough to assemble it properly and she had to return it. So just a heads up, defects do happen in mass production. Cannot be avoided. No matter how big or small the company is, shit happens. So on first appearances, everything looks good. It feels actually like quality metal. I mean, it's not, you know, professional industrial grade, obviously. That's not what we paid for. We paid to test out how cheap we can get and still get away with it. I swear I don't use these as weapons. I'm just making sure that when we tighten this bit, that it has a good solid hold. That's really solid. These are like weight bags, sandbags, whatever you want to call them. It has these two zipper pockets. Then you put something in there, and then you use that to weigh down your stand to keep it steady when you're working. Since I only plan to use this in my office when recording or streaming, I probably won't need to weight it down. But if I ever do decide to shoot things outside, somewhere else, then these might come in handy. Or also for my light stands, which do have a tendency to fall over because they're so lightweight. So I thought, you know, whether it's used for the backdrop or not, it's really handy to have a couple of these. So I thought that was really cool that it came with it. I mean, it's made of pretty sturdy material. This strap is definitely sturdy. I'm kind of impressed with this. I have a couple of sturdy stands. I have 2 new weight bags and a whole bunch of clamps. And it came with this cool bag. Call me easily pleased, but good purchase already. Of course, that might have to make up for the green screen, which we still have yet to see. Let's put this together. All right. Oh, I needed the instructions. Turn turn the bottom knob of the tripod to loosen it and unfold the 3 legs of the tripod. We did that! We should do that with the other one. So you have an idea of how sturdy the latches are. I mean, they're pretty loose and easy to move, and it's really sturdy. I'm impressed. For my purposes, I'll mostly be using this in the office/studio, so I'm not gonna need it to be super wide. I like that I have that option so that in the future, if I want to use it for other purposes, that I do have those extra bars for more space. I think that's really gonna come in handy. All right, and there we have it. Assembly is done. Now it's time for the green screen. The green screen that I got, of course, I got it from Amazon. And of course it was cheap. The description that I saw in the comments was it's basically just a sheet. But as I understand it, it's also a very large sheet, which I thought I can double over. Not only that, but me having gone to video production classes where our teacher was very keen on all of these hacks to make just about anything work for little to no money, I was determined that I could find a way to make a green sheet work. I saw a lot of reviews that said that it was see-through. Now I haven't opened this yet to see for myself, so we are going to see together. But I did see one of the reviews where someone put a thin styrofoam sheet behind it, used clamps to clamp it up to their backdrop. Rig, hanger, thing, clamps, sheet, styrofoam, ba-boom. And that was kind of genius to me. And then I kind of thought, like, styrofoam or basically anything that you can stick behind it to make it opaque, that you can clamp or tie up to a backdrop thing, problem solved. The biggest thing then, of course, is getting the wrinkles out. When it comes to sheets and thin material, I just kind of feel like I can get wrinkles out of that easier than many other materials that they had up on there. If you're buying a felt green screen, don't. Anyway, let's open it up and take a look. And it comes with these little ties to help tie it up. So you can either use ties or if you've got clamps, whatever. Honestly, you could just thumbtack it to the wall too. All right, the moment of truth. So, the fabric. It's not expensive fabric, but it's not supposed to be. It feels very starchy, actually. And yes, it is quite wrinkled. But for the reviews I saw on how see-through it is, I mean, yes, it is, obviously. But it's not that bad. I mean, it's a big sheet, so that if you doubled it up, it's pretty nice. That's solid. It's pretty solid. And so then, yeah, if you did have like styrofoam or something else, like hell, you could use cardboard if you got a big enough piece to just stick behind it and hang it up with it, like, it would work. And then hanging it up at this height, I was able to like fold it over. So then that's 4 layers. And definitely not seeing anything through that. But let's really test it. 4 layers. And that's, I mean, that's unless you're like taking this outdoors and you've got the literal sun shining through it, I'll probably do it, depending of course on how big your project is, how big your lights are, and what you're trying to cover up behind it. But I would say that if you have to use it for its full area and you need it to spread out and they can only be 1 layer, find something you can put it behind it. Even if it's just another sheet, a blanket, a curtain, something that's a solid color that can help limit the amount of light bleeding through. So then our last issue is getting rid of the wrinkles. Why'd you do that? If you were wondering if the rig can support cats, I would say no. Hey, but that does remind me, I just ordered a cat tree off of Amazon, so in a future video I'm going to be showing putting that together, giving a review, and seeing how the cats like it. Since they're picky and they don't like anything unless it's literal trash or something they can destroy. So watch out for that. As I was saying, the only other issue is getting the wrinkles out. The first thing I'm going to try is washing it and drying it, just something simple. If that alone doesn't work, I'm going to try hanging it up in the bathroom with the shower running on ultra hot, because I don't have a steamer and I'm a little afraid of using my iron on this fabric. So as an absolute last resort, if it comes to it, I will be getting out the iron, but I'm going to lay out a sheet on top of this so that I can iron over it and minimize the chances of burning through it. And then of course we'll have to get it lit up evenly, and if all goes well, I'll be able to show you the final results all set up in my office/studio. Let's get ready for a time lapse and cue the montage. It's an improvement. I think now we'll put it in the shower with the hot water running and see how some steam does for it. Ooh, that is definitely looking smoother. So we've got that all set up. After all of the drying and steaming, I think the steaming really helped do the trick. And we're going to try it out on the computer and see how the webcam does with it. So I just recorded a whole bunch of stuff, only to find out that the window capture that I was supposed to be recording did not record at all. Let's try this again. So the attempt here with the green screen, all set up behind me, is to get all of it lit the same shade. So I have a light on this side, a light on this side, I have another light back here, and I have my overhead lights on. That's one for my makeup review. I personally do not have all of the lights and resources I need to get it perfectly the same shade. I mean, I'm sure if I got creative, I could, but for the sake of time and just getting this review taken care of, the main point is that the green screen, it's opaque and most of the wrinkles are out. So we're going to see how it works for chroma key. And here is going to be my background, and then we're going to put this one on video 1, put in 2D DVE right there on top of our green screen clip, and then we're going to go over here to key and go to green screen and put that on our green screen clip as well. These settings aren't perfect. It takes some fidgeting around. It takes being better at messing with the settings and knowing what you're doing than I do, obviously. There we go. So other than that, it's just a little rough around the edges, and that's a matter of settings. And again, lighting, if you can get the entire green screen all lit up the same color, that would obviously be your best bet. For the most part, I'm really pleased with it. I think it's going to work great. Works. It's effective. You just need to work with it, be resourceful. As far as getting the wrinkles out, all I did was throw it in the washer and I tossed it through the dryer, and then I hung it up in the bathroom with the hot water in the shower running. I'd say maybe 20 minutes. Get yourself some lights to light it up and make sure that it's all one color, and that alone will make adjusting the settings a lot easier. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. Give me a comment and let me know if you have any other advice for how to get the green screen to work, if you know how to fidget with those settings to make that work better, or if you have any advice for lighting, share it with us. Let us know how you've been resourceful to make even a green sheet work for you on your projects. And if you'd like to see more stuff like this, go ahead and check out my channel. If you like it, subscribe, because I have more coming. A bunch of reviews on contacts, makeup, other video production gadgets, games, let's plays, all kinds of stuff. Okay, awesome. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time, and remember to stay whimsical. Completely forgot everything I was doing. so much better. Why wasn't I using that the whole time? I'm so glad I wasn't recording the first time because this time was so much better.